Hello, welcome to episode 24 of the Batman miniature painting series. This one, as you can see, we're doing the Heath Ledger Joker. I've had to split this one into two parts, so this is obviously the first part. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, before we start, I've set up my palette. I've got Naggaroth Night there, a 50-50 mix of that and Xereus Purple on its own. And then a mix of, what's the one after that? Genestealer Purple and the Lilac at the end there. So I've got mixes of 50-50s in betweens, and I've got a bit of white and black just on the edge here as well. So right, let's get started. Okay, I've painted this Heath Ledger Joker a couple of times now. This is the old 70mm version that Night Models used to do. Lovely model. So I'm going to be following pretty much the same colour scheme as this, really, so I'll give you an idea of what we're going for. And I've also done the original release there, so I think that was using Demonette Purple. But I think we'll change the purples, but I think hopefully we'll end up with a similar kind of result. Okay, so starting off, I've already given the skin a coat of Cadian flesh, and then I washed it with Reichland flesh. You don't have to do that, it's not necessary, because we'll be doing white makeup obviously over the top of that. I've just got some kind of OCD problem that I needed to do it. The gun is Vallejo's burnt iron. So I'm going to make a start on the coat, and I'm going for a mid-tone of Xereus. Is it Xereus? Yeah, Xereus Purple. A great technique to it, as long as you don't put it on too thick. I've got it thinned down with water. I don't think it's even 50-50 water on this one. It's a little bit thicker than 50-50 water and paint. Zenithal prime my stuff as well, so you'll probably see some different tones there. It's basically a black primer, then grey at 45 degrees, and then white from directly above. You do that with an airbrush. There's more control than rattle cans. Right, I'm going to carry on doing this because it's boring. For you, that is. Anyway, so okay, so that's a couple of coats of the purple on now. I've got a nice even coverage on it. There's no like patchiness or anything. So I've got Vallejo's blue violet, and I'm going to start doing the trousers with that. Slightly different tone to purples. Don't worry if it's too bright, we're going to be washing it and shading it. Just make sure you get into all the raised areas rather than, I'm not too concerned about the shadow areas just yet. Right, I'll carry on with that. So again, two coats on the trousers and we're done. I'm going to do the waistcoat now. I'm using some colours from Scale 75 Colours of Nature set. It's the Sherwood green, and I've mixed in a bit of the Boreal green. And I'll do the waistcoat. I use the same greens for the hair as well. This will probably take a couple of coats as well. And same colour for the hair. I'll do the back in a minute. Okay, so I think we've got the majority of the base coats down now. I did the tie in just the Boreal tree green on its own. Obviously we mixed that with the Sherwood green to do the waistcoat and the hair. I'm going to do a wash now for the hair by using the Beal Tan green from GW. So let's give that a quick shake and we'll get on straight away. I'm not going to bother diluting it straight out of the pot. And we'll apply that to the waistcoat. Obviously when we get a bit of contrast in there we can start the highlights then. Let's put it around the tie as well. And the hair. I'm going to concentrate it down the ends of the strands and in the parting on the top of the head as well. But, I'll leave that. Okay, so back to the jacket then. I've got a 50-50 mix of the Xereus purple and Genestealer purple. I'm just going to start highlighting now. So I'm just going for the contoured areas now. Using the side of the brush to go up the jacket and the lapel. Just pick out all the creases. I'll do a couple of passes on this. So at the same time we've got a shade darker. So this is 50-50 Xereus and Naggaroth light shade, and I'm just going into the shadow areas next to the highlight areas. If you keep swapping back and forth, it can start to build up. Nice little bit of contrast. a shade darker now. The Naggaroth night is quite thin now.
And it'll be really dark under that lapel, so I'll go in there and I'll push the pigment up into there as well. So this one will be slightly dark as well, so I'm just going along the edge of that, leaving the previous layer under there too.
So I'm going to carry on doing that for a bit on the rest of the coat. Okay, onto the back. I've done a little bit of work down here, but I'm going to do across the shoulders now. So I've got the mix of the Xereus and the Genestealer purple now. I'm just going to put a line across the shoulders. And I want to start fading it to the dark now, so I've got the Xereus on its own now. Go up into that previous one and then pull it back down. Just feather it off there. So I've just got water on my brush now and I'm just trying to blend it. And I've got a shade darker now as the Naggaroth night on its own. Just put it in there. And push it back up with water. And the original mid-tone there. So I'll do that step a couple of times just to get a nice transition then. But that's the way I do it. So I'm going to try and go lighter up on the shoulders as well now. So I've got the Genestealer on its own. Line further up on the shoulders. Just water now. I'm pushing the pigment up. I'll just keep doing that until I get a nice transition. So I'm starting to build up the light colour on the top of the shoulders now. So I'm going to start some more highlights on the coat, and I'm using the Lilac for this. It's quite thin. And I'm just going to use the edge of my brush to pick out the edge of the coat. And what I'll do, I've done one pass already. I've done the edges of each lapel. What I want to start doing is picking out some of the other bits. It might look quite stark at the minute, but when it dries it's not as bright. Some of the sharper creases as well could do with a little touch.
at the inside of the lapel there, and I'll carry on with that.
Okay, so that's some more highlights going on. I say obviously we're getting into the realms of display quality stuff now, so if you just wanted it for the tabletop, stop now, you don't have to do any more. I'll keep playing with that while I'm doing other things now, but I think we're going to go for I think I'll do the face makeup next.